Okay, so how do y'all feel about people bringing store-bought food to potlucks? Because personally, I don't have no issue with it. I almost prefer it sometimes because you cannot trust everybody. Now, this was a unpopular opinion that I saw on Reddit, and I kind of wanted to talk about it. If you guys are new here, hi, my name is Jasmine, and occasionally I share unpopular opinions as well as chit-chat discussions that I find on social media. I share my 2 cents about them, and then I ask you guys what your opinions are about them as well. So feel free in the comments to share your thoughts about what you think, and make sure you check out that playlist because I talk about so many different things. I yap a lot over here. Some people prefer homemade to bring in store-bought foods. What are y'all thoughts about that? It just really depends on who is doing the cooking. Because not everybody you can trust they cooking. Some people don't know how to cook. I know I don't want to have to worry about the fact that you might have had one of your pets stepping around in the area, like a cat, on the countertop where the food is.
I don't want to have to worry about that.
There's also the factor that, again, you cannot eat everybody's cooking. You cannot eat at everybody's house. I have met many people that have been cool people, but when I realized the way they cook or the way they run their home, I don't want to eat none of your food.
Let's buy outside.
Let's buy some store-bought food. It's okay. You ain't got to cook. You ain't got to do nothing for me. We could get something at the store, or we could order something. We don't have to do all that. You don't have to do all that. There was actually this story that I read on Threads recently. Y'all need to check out Threads because people be going through some stuff. I don't know if they be made up because you can't make money on Threads, but it was this one girl who shared this story about how she was having a potluck at her job, right? She was sharing this story about how she ended up getting called. I don't know if she got called in HR, but she ended up having an ordeal. It was this one coworker, was touching on all the plates and stuff, encouraging people to eat the food, and people was eating the food. Now, the girl was like, she told this specific coworker that was handing out all the utensils and stuff, she expressed to her, hey, can I speak with you in private? She brought the other coworker back in private, and she tells her, listen, the reason why I don't want to eat the food or handle stuff the way you touching on it is because you don't wash your hands when you was in the bathroom. The coworker is like, what? The woman proceeds to share that the coworker would use the bathroom and only wash one hand, where she would pump some soap into one hand and wash her hands like this, rinse it, and then dry that one hand. She wouldn't wash the other hand, which to me is insane. What do you mean? It's still you touching other stuff while you in there. Even if you wipe with this hand,
you still touch stuff in there.
You in the air with the pee. You in the air with poop. You in the air. So you should wash your hands. And she was like, yeah, I'm not going to touch anything. So make sure you wash your hands if you actually, going to be serving food and stuff, because that's not correct hygiene. The coworker was kind of stunned or whatever, but they left it at that, right? So next thing you know, the coworker, she sees the coworker over there crying in the corner. People surrounded her, and the coworker proceeded to tell everybody that the girl who made the post sharing the story bullied her. And everybody was looking at her like,
why would you say all this stuff about her?
Why would you be mean to her?
And so the woman looking like, oh, you didn't tell them the whole story. And she's like, y'all trying to basically get me in trouble, send me to HR.
The reason why I put her to the side is because she don't wash her hands when she used the bathroom.
Everybody instantly stopped, looking at the coworker like, and they realizing that they was consuming food from the plates and the utensils that the coworker done touched and felt on. So what did HR do? HR proceeded to put little boards up about hygiene. And I think she said they sent something about correct hygiene or something like that. But they got hygiene little pictures on the walls where it shows how to properly wash your hands. And I'm like, that's insane. Absolutely insane. But it's stuff like that. You can't eat everybody's cooking. Some people don't have proper hygiene. The thing that gets me is store-bought food is sometimes it's really good. So I feel like if somebody does do store-bought food, there's no problem with it. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with going to Costco or Sam's Club or GFS or a nearby grocery store. You could buy seasoned wings, frozen mac and cheese, frozen pasta. You could get some canned greens. I'm gonna tell you right now, some of the best canned greens I ever had is Glory's, and I think it's Margaret Holmes. Both of them are good. I've had those. I've served those to people. People loved it. I'm like,
I didn't make these greens. I bought these in from the can.
They a little seasoned, salty, I'm not gonna lie to you, but they are delish. You could bring a salad, a cookie platter, brownie platter, charcuterie board, you could make one. There's also, I don't mind store-bought potato salad myself, but you could bring one. You could bring a store-bought potato salad, macaroni salad, something like that, or some rolls. It don't have to be nothing too extensive. Or if you have the money, you could have some delivered or some for pickup. You could get some catering or something. Call an order in or put an order in online. One of the places I recommend, it's not sponsored, but there's this place called Easy Cater. And they have an assortment of restaurants on there that are local to you that do catering. And you could just put in what you want, find a local restaurant near you, and get it delivered to where you gonna be. You can get sandwich, pasta, salad, wings, sushi, Chinese food, soul food, whatever. They have it all. I'll leave a link to that down below if y'all interested in that. But yeah, you could do anything and everything. I know one of the things, this not even potluck related, but I kind of wanted to try getting catering myself for days when I didn't feel like cooking, because it was this one video I was watching where this woman was sharing how she would get Olive Garden catered to her home, where she would make an order and that would be like her meal prep, so she wouldn't have to do anything. She would just get a little thing of like salad, lasagna or something, or chicken or pasta or whatever, and that would be her meal prep for the whole week or whole 2 weeks, where she would make it, separate it, and then freeze it. And I like stuff like that, and that's something I want to try doing for myself. But yeah, you could go to Easy Cater, get delivering. Sam's Club has delivering too, which I've tried. It depends on the location. Some Sam's Club locations are good and some aren't, I'm gonna be honest. I'll leave a link to that down below. But yeah, when it comes to potlucks, there's nothing wrong with bringing store-bought food. Sometimes it's the safer option. I know I've heard different stories about people getting food poisoning from a potluck, or getting sick from popular food, and you don't always have to make stuff. You can sometimes buy, and that's okay. But let me know y'all thoughts in the comments down below. How do y'all feel about doing potlucks? Do y'all think people should do homemade? Are you okay with people bringing store-bought? What are y'all thoughts about people potentially having hygiene issues when it comes to dealing with the food? Let me know in the comments. Make sure you guys check out my other chit-chat discussion videos, as well as all of my other playlists, which will be linked down below in the description box. But I'll be seeing you guys again soon. Stay blessed, stay positive.